Hey there, media producers and creators. We're going to dive into the details about creating audio QR codes for your YouTube, TikTok, podcast, and other media productions. Before we get started, be sure you have downloaded the ToneTip app and have it up and running. That way, you won't miss out on any of the tone tips that we have in this course. You will see the ToneTip logo pop up and may hear the jingle whenever we have added an audio QR code. Welcome to ToneTip course number 202, Detailed ToneTip Production. You already know that audio QR codes can be used in nearly all media productions, including YouTube, TikTok, PowerPoint, radio, TV, stadiums, theaters, and more. They're a great way to instantly connect with your audience, share information, and measure results. Maybe you have completed course number 201, our producer quick start training. This course, number 202, builds on course number 201 and provides you with a much deeper knowledge of audio QR codes and the ToneTip app. In this course, we will cover in detail how to create a ToneTip, how to download your audio QR code, and how to edit or change your ToneTip. If you stay until the end, we will let you in on a little secret that we did not cover in course number 201. All right, creators, let's get rolling. First, we will cover some ToneTip terminology. You will hear the word ToneTip, audio QR code, audio hyperlink, and even tag. The word ToneTip means the app that runs on Android or iPhone devices. It can also refer to ToneTip data in your producer database and the app details screen. ToneTip may also refer to the encoded audio file that we are about to create. We usually refer to the encoded audio file as an audio QR code or audio hyperlink. Sometimes producers use the word tag in reference to adding audio QR codes to media productions. For example, did you tag the audio or did you tag the music? Meaning, did you add the audio QR codes to the audio production? As we move through this and other productions, we will strive to be consistent with our use of ToneTip terminology. Okay, now we will begin production. After you have logged into your ToneTip account, you will see a blank screen except for headings and navigation buttons at the top. In our case, we have created many ToneTips. Click on the plus symbol at the top to add a new ToneTip. On the right side, you will see blank data fields. This is where you add data that will be displayed on the ToneTip app when the audience receives your audio QR code. We have data fields for an image, title, file name, and the command buttons. By default, you will see 3 command buttons. Those buttons can be a phone number, website, or an address. If you have a higher level account, such as a business or enterprise account, you can add up to 2 more buttons. At the business and enterprise level, you can also add a link to your image. This linked image feature is great if you want to create one big irresistible action button, such as vote now, buy now, touch here for a free coupon, or anything else you can imagine for one great big button. Let's start off by creating a ToneTip for Smith Rock State Park. First, click on the image to add an image. There we go. Images should be square, that is a 1-to-1 ratio. Between 500 by 500 to 1000 by 1000 works well. The current limit is 2 megabytes per image, so keep your image size below 2 megabytes. Next, we will add the title. Here I'll add in Smith Rock State Park. Next is file name. The file name is only seen by you. This is used as part of the download file, which we will see later in this training video. I will enter Smith Rock State Park 1. I will leave the image command blank. You can see the image command can be a website, phone number, or address. It has the same kind of actions that the buttons do. Next, we'll click on the down arrow. We'll do a website. So we'll add, the label will be Park Website. We will leave the text color as white, but you can change it to anything you like. We will change the background color to be something more desert-like, a nice brown color. At the bottom, you will see the color that was selected for your first button. You can also see that the other 2 buttons are blue. This lets you easily reuse the same color for other buttons without having to add hex code colors. If you have specific RGB or hex codes for your brand, you can enter those here and you can duplicate them across the buttons. This ensures that the ToneTip app correctly displays your brand colors. On the right, we have a drop-down menu for website, phone number, and location. When you change these to phone, the icon changes up here. Location changes to a location icon. We'll go back to the website. Next, we will add the URL. Do not add the HTTP part, as it says up here, website link without the HTTP part. So now we have the park website. Next, we'll do the map. Change this to location. I'll just say park map. Down here, the location, you can put in a specific address, or in this case, we will use Smith Rock State Park, Oregon. We use Google Maps for location services, and it displays the information that is entered here. Change the color to brown. Click here. Next is the phone number. So let's go and change it to phone number. I'll say call the park. Add the park phone number. Change the color to brown. There we go. Now this is a representation of what will show up on the app with the image and the links. Maybe we would like to highlight the map button, so let's change that to a green color. There we go. That looks more like buttons for a state park. Okay, now just click on Create, and it's done. You will see a thumbnail image, date of creation, tag number, WAV file, and interaction buttons. The interaction numbers include things like favorites, comments, and views. These all start at zeros and will increase when app users interact with your ToneTip. If you have several ToneTips, this is a great way to see which ones generate the best response. The tag number shown here is a unique number assigned to your ToneTip. This number is encoded into a 3-second audio QR code file. Some producers also call this a tag file, like did you tag your media. You add this audio QR code to your media productions. When the ToneTip app decodes the audio QR code, it uses this number to look up and retrieve your ToneTip. In this case, the audio QR code for Smith Rock ends in 107. The audio QR code can be mixed into any videos like YouTube, TikTok, television, movies, or into audio productions like podcasts or FM radio. A little break here. ToneTip producer training videos are updated often. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our new courses or updates. Now that we have created a ToneTip, let's download the audio QR code file. This is really easy. Under Wave, click on 19 and download the file. This is a 19 kilohertz audio QR code. It's 3 seconds long and contains the encoded tag number that's unique to your ToneTip. Look at the file name structure. All ToneTip audio QR codes start with TT. This makes it very easy to find them in your directory. They also contain the tag number, the frequency, which is either 14 or 19 kilohertz, and ends with your file name that was specified when you created the ToneTip. In our case, we added Smith Rock SP1, and you can see that. Now, open the ToneTip app and play this audio through your computer speakers. Wait 3 seconds. There we go. When you have the app open, your new ToneTip will be displayed in the history list. When you touch it, you'll see the display screen. This is great. You can now add this audio QR code to your audio and video productions and instantly connect with your audience. To learn more about adding audio QR codes into your media productions, start with ToneTip course number 301, Basic Audio ToneTip Production. We will be adding tutorials for using ToneTip with the most popular audio and video production software, along with major audio and video distribution platforms like YouTube, TikTok, PowerPoint, and more. Now back to the Wave tag files. You will see that there are 2 frequencies of audio QR codes available, 19 kilohertz or 14 kilohertz. You should only use 19 kilohertz because it is inaudible at moderate volume. We actually tested 19 kilohertz in a stadium and it worked 50 feet away from the speakers, which covered every seat in the stadium and actually part of the field. At moderate volume, the 14 kilohertz audio is audible to most people under 40 years old and should only be used with FM radio and TV. For detailed information about 14 kilohertz versus 19 kilohertz audio QR codes, see ToneTip course number 205. Now let's move on to editing. Now that we've created a ToneTip, we will edit the one that we just created. This is really easy. Just click on any entry. In this case, we'll click on Smith Rock State Park. Click on the little pencil. Here you can edit anything within the ToneTip, such as image, title, file name, command buttons, and anything else that you've added. And when you're done with editing, just click on Save, and your changes are updated instantly. Now that you've made it to the end, here's our little secret. Each ToneTip has its own unique little website. It starts with the URL tt.media/tt and ends with your tag number. Here's the website for Smith Rock. You can see it ends in 107, which is our tag number. When you open the app and you click on the Share button, this is the little web page that can be shared across all platforms like any other web page. This extends your reach beyond the ToneTip app to all other social media platforms. And there you have it. We've learned about how to create a ToneTip, how to download your audio QR code, how to edit or change your ToneTip, and as a bonus, your shared web page. This concludes ToneTip course number 202. For ToneTip examples, click on screen 2, where you'll see ToneTips in action on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, PowerPoint, and more. And for you producers, click on screen number 3, where you'll learn more about adding ToneTips to all of your media productions.